and Swiss Hotel, Makkah.
Living the life.
Assalamu alaikum and welcome back to Living the Life, our final segment. Our next guest is a true inspiration, Ahmed Mohammed, founder of You vs. You Limited. He arrived in UK as an unaccompanied minor, is just 14 years old and has gone on to work with GLA, Bank of England and Haringey's Met Police, as well as setting up his own company. Ahmed, assalamu alaikum, welcome to Living the Life.
Wa alaikum assalam. Thank you for having me today.
Barakallah feekum. Well, look, I know you've got a football connection. We're going to talk about that later. But let's start off with something very serious.
Wow.
How did you get here into the UK?
Wow. I always get asked that question. I was originally from Nigeria, northern Nigeria, Borno State.
Okay.
I'm from actually the area where Boko Haram happened.
Yes.
And that's how I got separated from my family, and I didn't even know that I was coming to the UK.
You were separated from your family?
Yeah, because when the fight broke out, I was already outside, and the person that brought me here, I don't even know him. I never knew I was coming to the UK, and when they brought me here, and I was just left at the airport, and he just said to me, "Just wait, I'm coming back," and that was
He never came back,
and he never.
So was he helping you to try and get away from what was going on?
I don't really understand until when I had to go through asylum process. That was when the Home Office said there's something to do with the visa. And I said that's the first time I even heard that word because I've never traveled to anywhere.
Well, as a 14-year-old, you wouldn't know much, living on the other side of the world, literally.
Yeah, so I was on the street for about 2 weeks, just homeless. English wasn't my first language, and someone found me. And I said to him, I had literally have nowhere to go. I've just been on the street, and they took me to the police station, and I slept at the police station. And, you know, where we came from back home, we don't really question adults. And for me, I'm just worried about my safety and not knowing where my families are. All they said to me, I just followed. Slept at the police station. The next day, another police came, picked me up, went into this car. And before I know, I arrived in this house, and they said, this will be your family. And there's another lady there called social worker. That was the first time in my life that I heard the word social worker.
Social worker, yeah, because we don't have that concept in Pakistan, Nigeria, Bangladesh, etc.
We don't. And I was placed with the foster family, Eritrean foster family. They're Christians, and I'm Muslim, but they're very, very good. I was with my foster family for like for about 4 years. To the age of 18, where I have to move into semi-independent. But I started school in year 10. Life wasn't easy, to be honest. It was very challenging.
What's year 10? Because we're
15,
different up in Scotland. 14, 15. We're different up in Scotland.
Yeah, it was hard for me to even settle into school, make friends, then have to learn the language. But I was fortunate to have good social workers and teachers that were able to support me. And I was predicted 5 GCSEs only if I work hard in school. And at the end of year 11, I achieved 10 GCSEs, A to C.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
Congratulations.
Fantastic. MashaAllah.
When did it sort of hit you, this journey that you've been on? Because, I mean, as a kid, you're still going through the motions. You're just going along with, as you said, what the adults said. When did it sort of hit you? I mean, you look back and you thought, oh, my gosh, this is my story. It's a very unique story. And, wow, it happened to me.
I think it was when I started to go through the process of settling into the country, then going through the whole Home Office process, which I never knew how the process even worked. They were taking my fingerprints, asking me so many questions, and I was responding. Then when I started school, I started to hear around children in care, like children in care don't do well. And I'm a young person in care, but I never really understood the concept until eventually I started to attend events and I started to meet mentors, and they talk about all these different concepts and the help that's been there. And my foster mom, because of her, due to her support as well, and she always remind me of whatever you do, just know where you come from. And I just kind of say to myself, I can't fail. You know, I've suffered a lot to get to where I am today, and I can't afford to fail in life. And that was when it actually hit me, especially when I was informed that by the age of 18 I will have to live on my own, because that's part of the social services system. That's how the law, that's the law. And I was like, oh my God, at 18. I know back home, even at 18, we're still, you know, my older brothers,
We're
sisters
still
are still, yeah, still at home. And how am I gonna, you know, afford all of this?
Well, look, before we go on to the fantastic accomplishments you've done, what connection with your family at the moment? Are you in contact with them?
Yeah, I'm back in contact with my
They're
family
well and
at the
safe?
moment. Yeah.
Alhamdulillah. Now, look, before we actually talk about the You versus You Limited, I mean, you're a qualified youth mental health instructor, right, mashallah.
Mashallah.
You're a care leaver currently working with Tottenham Hotspur Foundation, right, Spurs. I like them, they're not a bad team. As an employment advisor, and obviously the founder of You versus You Limited, supporting young people, including refugees, asylum seekers. Tell us why you felt the need to set that up, and I'm assuming it was because you went through a journey.
Yeah, so during my time as a care leaver, when I was in school, I had the opportunity to do my work experience with Tottenham Hotspur because I play for my school team as well. So I built that relationship through my work volunteering, and what they say to me was, during your school holiday, if you have nothing to do, just come and volunteer for us. And I took that opportunity during school holiday, did a lot of you know, different work experience, then make so many friends at the club. And before I knew, I was back, not in education, because I had to wait for my Home Office document. I was given discretionary leave to remain to the age of 18. And when I reapplied, and took 4 years. So I had to drop out from college. I couldn't work, like literally nothing. I was just volunteering. So when I was working for Tottenham Hotspur, I realized there's so many young people that come through, but there are still specific young people that will come through that wouldn't be able to access the support because of their background. They could be young migrants without their documents or refugees and so. And I always ask myself questions, what would happen to them if they've been turned back or there's no much opportunity? And I started to like talk to a few friends, and some of the boys, I would talk to them to find out what support is actually there for them. And bear in mind this language barrier, and they still have that concept of where they come from back home. They feel like they're privileged, so they can't really ask much questions. Whereas I've been through that journey, I've started to understand the culture and the system. And I kept on saying to myself, I wanted to set up a charity. I need to help these boys. I've been through it. We can have a rapport. I understand where they're coming from. And I had loads of mentors around me. And I spoke to one of my mentors, and Yvonne Field, and she said to me, why not start as an enterprise rather than going straight into a charity? Because it's a lot of work. And I just came up with the name You versus You for so many reasons.
I want to ask you what the You versus You, why that name?
The reason for You versus You was because when I reflect back on my own self and look at all the opportunity given to me and looking at my community, I realize regardless of the support given to you, you need to have something within yourself that would want that opportunity. If not, there's so many young people out there that there's so many support, but still, they're still where they are. And there's a saying around, you can take a horse to a river, but you can't force it to drink from it. And that's why I said, you know, you need to be willing to want the best for yourself in order for the outside, you know, external support to benefit you.
So I mean, now, look, you're an outreach worker with GLA, with the Mayor's Office. You represent the Young Londoners policy, your voice for them as well. Bank of England Youth Forum. Member of Haringey Met Police as we independent advisory group. We mentioned that earlier on. So you've got funding in place now.
I've got funding in place.
So you're able to advise other young boys, particularly, who are going through the same journey as yourself. And what kind of challenges you come up against? How difficult is it? Because I'm assuming you were fortunate that you had a good foster mother. And 2 weeks, as bad as it is, people have, sadly, I've known people that have been left on the street for months and months at a time. So your journey was, even though it was difficult, but some of them are probably going through a lot of bigger challenges. How do you convince them and get them the patience and the kind of mindset to deal with it?
I think you mentioned something that was fortunate, and indeed, when I compare my journey and some of the boys that I work with, their journey, I came by plane. Some of them came by boat, by road. Very difficult. Some of the journey they shared with someone like myself, they wouldn't share with another professional because we've built that trust and relationship. And most of the challenges that I come across, one is helping them to understand that you're in a different city, you're in a different society. The concept that you have, it's hard to change a belief. That's one of the hardest things to change. And I often use my own situation and process to help them to understand what the message that I'm trying to pass across to them. And let's say mental health is a big issue.
It's massive.
Back home, we never talk about mental health. I only knew about a year or 2 years ago when I did my training to know to fully understand that actually what I was going through 4 years ago, 5 years, was depression, was anxiety. But that word never means anything to me. And the way I help the young people, the young refugees, asylum seekers that I'm working with now, I don't use the word depression or anxiety. I describe it. And I said, sometimes you feel headache at night and you couldn't go sleep. And if they said, yes, I struggle to sleep, I find it hard to sleep, or I think a lot, I know there's level of anxiety. I know they're going through that depression. Why? Because majority of them, they don't even have their refugee status yet. They don't even have any legal status. They've probably been to the Home Office about a year for the first interview. They're still waiting to hear back, and they don't know what other supports are there. So I found myself often writing to the local MPs to help with these young people, because that's what I did for myself when I was waiting for years.
And very quickly, are you seeing successes? Are you seeing...
Yes, there's a lot of success with the work that we're doing, because I'm a part of a consortium, and we had Erasmus funding, and that funding was to enable us to send either staff or volunteers abroad to do different type of training. And last year there was a young man actually that came to this country. He had this refugee status, and he has been working with him for quite a long time, and he has this ambition that he wanted to go to education, university. He always said, Ahmed, I want to be like someone like you so I can help my Ethiopian community. And we had the opportunity to do a building resilience training, and my organization should put 2 people forward, so myself and another person. And I said, actually, I wanted to send this young man. He's done so well, so he can be an inspiration to other young people. And you couldn't believe when I say to him, you're traveling. And he said, no, I can't travel. I'm not allowed to travel. Wow. I said, but you have travel documents. Brilliant. You have your refugee status. He said, do I need... So all these questions make you realize how little they know about the system, even though they have this document. Yeah. But well, he was able to go Greece, and we sent him to Greece, and he came back, and he said, this has completely changed my mindset. Yeah.
Well, look, you're changing some phenomenal lives, and your own life as well. I'm really touched by it, mashallah. Keep up the great work. You're a Spurs fan?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so. Yeah. Well, listen, good luck. Are you playing tonight? No.
No, not tonight.
I think, inshallah, we'll have you back on, because you can continue the story, because it sounds like a fantastic story.
Fantastic
but for now, we have run out of time.
Yeah. Sadly.
We'll hopefully have you back, and maybe some of the young people can come as well.
Yeah, actually. But listen, so we're going to see you same time, same place tomorrow. Back and living the life. Until then, Assalamu alaikum.
Living the life.
This program is brought to you by Makkah Clock Royal Tower, a Fairmont hotel. Swiss Hotel Al Maqam and Swiss Hotel Makkah.
Excuse me, would you like to read? Sorry, man, sorry.
Yo! Nah, I misfooted you today. I went to that store instead. No, I weren't missing that discount. That 2 for 1. I ain't missing that. No.
How much was it?
I'm sorry, who are you?
Sorry, man.
Hey, what? It's a stand for.
On the authority of Abu Hurairah, may Allah be pleased with him, he said, the Messenger of Allah, peace and blessings be upon him, said, Part of the perfection of one's Islam is his leaving that which does not concern him.
Darus Salam Education Center was established to cater for the Islamic needs of the entire community of Muslims and non-Muslims alike. It is the only center in the area that hosts a range of activities for our sisters and children, from daily salawat and Jummah to regular classes and courses, extracurricular activities such as self-defense to the evening Islamic school. The wide range of activities and limited capacity of the building has forced us to expand our center. We urgently need £150,000. Please give generously. To donate, visit our website funddec.com or scan the QR code.
What's this? Elephants, mashallah, he knows.
With the collaboration of Tiba Foundation, a new school has been renovated in Bagh Azad, Kashmir, which is now functional and beneficial for young children to get quality education. Tiba Foundation aims to complete 3 new schools this year for 300 children at each school. Join us in this blissful journey to spread knowledge and quality education. Tiba Foundation, building a better tomorrow.
In Yemen, almost 4 years of civil war has left more than 80% of the population in need of emergency aid. On average, 130 Yemeni children die every single day from malnutrition, disease, and as innocent casualties of war. Vital food, water and medical supplies are needed right now. Go to muslimcharity.org.uk or call 0207 100 4930. Your donation really does mean the difference between life and death.
At Tiles DIY, we bring quality tiles at unbeatable prices to trade and public. As London's leading tile and bathroom specialists, we allow you to choose from a large assortment of tiles and top bathroom brands from around the world. At Tiles DIY, you will find all options under one roof. And if you need a second opinion, our trained, friendly and knowledgeable staff are always here to help. Partner up with Tiles DIY for your next project and do it your way with our assistance.
Poline Hills Resort in Bosnia, managed by Swiss Hotel, is a great investment opportunity. 400 luxury villas and apartments in the capital, Sarajevo. 10 minutes from the city centre with 5-star interior design. Segregated swimming pools, gym, children's playground and much more. Offering freehold properties with full management and rental guarantee. Invest in Poline Hills by visiting polinehills.com. Eastern opulence, Western modernity.
Find your adventure at nasihaadventure.com.
Would you like to connect with the Quran through the Arabic language, learn more about your deen and how to practice it, or just want to recite the Quran better? Then we have just the course for you. The European Institute of Islamic Science offers a range of flexible Islamic courses in Quran, Arabic, and Islamic studies, taught by qualified and reputable teachers. All our courses are now available online with live classes, so you can learn at the comfort of your home and convenience. For more information and to enroll, visit our website eiis.org.uk.
This is Caspa's, the king of desserts.
Springs of Mercy allows you to automate your charity in the blessed month of Rabi al-Awwal. The Messenger of Allah sallallahu alaihi wasallam was a mercy to mankind. Spread mercy to those in need over these blessed 12 days. Simply choose your cause, select when to give, and automate